Hi, today I'll be doing a detailed comparison of two powerhouse digital audio workstations, Avid Pro Tools and Steinberg Cubase. If you're into music production, sound design, or audio post-production, you've definitely heard of these DAWs. And if you haven't, you're about to get a full breakdown of what makes each of them special and which is best. Let's get started. Pro Tools is a digital audio workstation developed by Avid Technology, and it's widely recognized as the industry standard in professional audio recording, post-production, and mixing. It's used everywhere, from major music studios to film and TV sound departments for dialogue editing and surround sound mixes. What makes Pro Tools special is literally its legacy and how deeply ingrained it is in professional workflows around the world. Under the hood, Pro Tools blends recording, editing, mixing, and mastering into one platform. You can work with audio, MIDI, virtual instruments, plugins, and even video, which is why it's so popular in post-production environments as well. On the other hand, we have Cubase. Cubase developed by Steinberg, and it's one of the oldest DAWs that's still evolving. Cubase started out as a MIDI sequencer and has grown into a full-blown music production powerhouse with deep tools for recording, arranging, scoring, editing, mixing, and mastering music. Cubase's strength is its balanced workflow. It's equally respected in music production, songwriting, electronic music creation, and studio recording. It was also the platform that helped popularize VST's plugins, something that completely changed how DAWs handle virtual instruments and effects. So what are the main features of both platforms? We start with Pro Tools. Pro Tools focuses on high-end recording, editing, mixing with these notable capabilities. 1. Multi-track audio recording and editing with precision and low latency performance, which is ideal for tracking musicians. Also, non-destructive editing, time stretching, clip gain, and advanced automation tools. There's also support for Dolby Atmos and immersive audio workflows, which is huge for game and film sound. Latest updates also bring tools like 360 Reality audio supports. There's integrated mixing console environment with channel strips, plugins, and routing for professional mixing. And it works with hardware converters or DSP accelerated systems for ultra-low latency latency. There's also a robust plugin ecosystem with AAX support, which is great for third-party plugins. And with Cubase. Cubase gives you a broad set of creative tools. Audio plus MIDI recording, editing, and mixing all in one environment. A powerful MIDI engine with deep features like hot tracks, arranger tracks, and Vari audio for pitch correction and vocal tuning. Also score editor and notation tools for composers and arrangers. There's also flexible plugin support with VST3, including a large suite of instruments and effects. And version editions, of course Elements, Artist, and Pro, so that users can buy the feature sets that they need. And there are also newer tools including AI-powered stem separation, pattern sequencing, and expanded modulators, which are great for sound design and remixing. So what is the pricing of both platforms like? For Pro Tools, there's an artist version, there's a studio version, and an ultimate version. The artist version at €99 per year, the studio version at €289 per year, and the ultimate plan at €589 per year. But of course, you can do a monthly payment, which is €9 per month, €34 per month, and €99 per month, respectively. How about Cubase? Cubase has one-time purchases. For Cubase Pro 15, €579, Cubase Artist 15, €329, and Cubase Elements 15 at €99, which is the most affordable one at the moment. So what are the pros and cons of using these platforms? We start with Pro Tools. The pros: industry standard in recording, mixing, and post-production, and strong immersive audio and Atmos workflows. There's also deep editing and mixing tools ideal for professionals. And the pros of Cubase: excellent balance of MIDI and audio workflows, powerful creative features, and the payment is a one-time purchase. How about the cons? For Pro Tools, the ongoing subscription costs for most users, and the learning curve can be steeper for beginners. And the cons of using Cubase? Some users find the interface dense and maybe complex at first, and sometimes to do upgrades, it requires occasional paid upgrades to get the major new versions. There's also less post-production focus than Pro Tools. So having considered all of this, which is best? Well, if you're someone whose main goal is recording studios, large tracking sessions, post-production, mixing for film and TV, or maybe working with other studios, then Pro Tools is hard to beat. But if you are an independent music producer, a composer, or someone who wants deep MIDI tools and the creative workflow, then Cubase might be the better choice. If you're looking to try other alternatives, you may explore Ableton Live, Logic Pro, and Reaper. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and share if you found it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates.